Kev G weather overview looking at the rainfall reports from yesterday. Very heavy rain fell across southern New Jersey, but not all of the tri state area experienced this prolific amount of rain. In fact, most areas saw under an inch of rain with scattered activity that measured, well over 3 inches of rain at a place called Ocean Acres there down in Jersey. And even northeast New Jersey in that lovely Bergen, Passaic, Rockland triangle. They seem to do very well all the time, and they did okay with over an inch of rain, but most areas saw under an inch. Now, for Central Park, this is not the driest August on record. You really have to look at 1995 as a benchmark for driest Augusts on record. Central Park does have over 1.3 inches of rain for the month, albeit it's been a very dry month to say the least, but it's really not a top 10 dry month. These are the top 10, courtesy of Rob Fedowich on Twitter. And he keeps track of all the various weather stats, especially for Central Park and the tri-state area. Now for today, we're looking at sort of a partly sunny day. The risk of thunderstorms, I think, is more inland again. We'll see on the models in just a second, but basically the story of the weather, I think, over the next 7 days is going to be a renewed drying trend with little to no precipitation over the next 7 days and warm and humid conditions. Now, our average high for this time of year is around 83, 84 degrees. We'll probably be several degrees above that with high levels of humidity. Now, for today, the GFS, as is the habit over the last week or maybe even longer, is trying to overextend, so to speak, the amount of precipitation around. But you can see that it's favoring areas inland of the coast, if at all. You got to go down south along the Gulf states for any prolific rains. And basically, once this front goes through, it's not going to be much of an air mass change. And as we go through the period of Friday into the weekend, we see more and more in the way of humidity and just drier weather taking hold. The threat of thunderstorms diminishes after today. And this is by Sunday morning. We have high pressure to the east of New England, and that may give us an onshore flow, but I don't expect that it will cool us down that much. We have to wait probably until about next Tuesday or Wednesday for the next more important frontal passage to move through. And the model has been hinting at that for a couple of days now. And that may offer around September 1st, next Thursday, fast approaching, that may offer a little bit in the way of more of a northerly flow and less in the way of humidity and even shaving our temperatures down. But until then, rainfall is going to be very limited. Monday was our best chance really at seeing anything in the way of widespread precipitation. It just didn't pan out as these models have basically, overdone the amount of precipitation that we have seen across the area. Now for temperatures, we're looking at highs in the mid 80s today with varying degrees of clouds, but I think it'll brighten up tomorrow with highs approaching 90 Wednesday. And Thursday, the humidity will be high with highs around 90. And we're getting rid of the clouds as we go into the late week period. Friday, much of the same, highs 85 to 90. Saturday, maybe a little bit cooler as that northeast wind tries to take over, for a time anyway. And Sunday, you could see the temperatures are a shade lower, but all in all, about where they should be this time of year. So, for the most part, yesterday was our big day to try anyway to put a dent in this drought. For some areas, it did happen, but for most areas, it did not. And so, what we're left with is a warm and humid end to the month. It looks like with dry conditions prevailing through the next 7-8 days.